Your marriage isn't just to your spouse, it's to their accumulated emotional pain, too. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Audiobook summary and review by StoryShots. Most self-help books tell you to fix your thoughts. This one says your thoughts are the problem, full stop, and the fixing is the trap. That is the unsettling promise at the center of A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, a book that treats the voice narrating your life as a kind of low-grade psychosis everyone has agreed to call normal. The ego is not a personality flaw, it's a structure everyone shares. You probably think your insecurity is personal, your need to be right, your grudges, your quiet resentment when a coworker gets praised instead of you. None of this belongs to you individually. It is a shared operating system running underneath billions of people, built from thought, memory, and comparison, and it needs a shortage of winners to function. Someone has to lose so your life can mean something. Notice how often your mood depends on being better than or worse than someone else. The ego isn't wrong, it's just unconscious. That single sentence reframes decades of self-blame. If the ego runs on comparison, ask yourself how many of today's small irritations were really about status, not substance. The pain body feeds itself, and you might be feeding it too. Here's a detail that unsettles most readers on first contact. You don't just marry your partner. You marry their accumulated emotional pain, the residue of every old wound they never processed, and they marry yours. That stored suffering has a name, the pain body, a kind of parasitic emotional charge that lives in the body and periodically hijacks your behavior. It doesn't just react to pain, it hunts for it. Some people pick fights for no visible reason, and the pain body is often why. Think about the argument that flared up last week over something trivial. That wasn't really about the dishes. The unresolved question is how you actually starve something that feeds on your own negative emotion without becoming its next meal. Awareness doesn't erase the ego, it changes its address. Here's where the resolution gets strange. Defeating the ego through effort is not the answer, because effort itself comes from the ego. The moment you notice the ego operating, you are no longer fully inside it. Awareness is not another thought competing for space. It's the silent room the thoughts are shouting in. The pain body loses its grip the instant you recognize it as a pattern moving through you rather than a truth about who you are. You cannot lose something that you are. You can only lose something that you have. That line resolves the fight or feed dilemma from the pain body, but it opens something bigger. If presence alone dissolves individual suffering, what happens when whole institutions, families, even nations operate from the same unconscious pattern instead of one person? If this shifted how you see your own reactions, someone in your life is probably fighting the same invisible pattern, so send them this summary. Final summary. This summary of A New Earth threads together the shared structure of the ego, the hidden mechanics of the pain body, and the quiet power of presence into one argument. Your suffering is structural, not personal, and awareness is the only real exit. What we haven't covered is the full breakdown of inner versus outer purpose, the reading of the biblical phrase, "the meek shall inherit the earth," and the case for why collective pain bodies drive war, corporate dysfunction, and entire political movements. Anyone stuck in a recurring argument, a draining job, or a family pattern that never seems to change will find something uncomfortably accurate here. For the complete picture, including the infographic and animated video breakdown, the full summary of A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle is waiting for you on the StoryShots app.